All right, today we're going to pull back the curtain on something that happens right in front of us every single day. We're diving deep into the world of digital deception. So let me ask you something. Think about your social media feed. You scroll through it all the time, right? You connect with friends, you see some ads, get a few messages. But what if I told you that hiding just beneath that surface, that familiar interface, is a whole world of really calculated deception? And it's designed to look exactly like everything else you trust. So first things first, let's get on the same page. What are we really talking about when we say digital deception? Well, it's a huge topic, and honestly, it can feel like a fog, making it pretty tough to tell what's real from what's just been carefully built to fool you. Okay, let's really unpack this. The most important word here is deliberately. This isn't about someone making a mistake. No, this is a planned strategy. And it works by exploiting our own human nature, our trust, our desire for connection, and especially our little mental shortcuts, our psychological biases. Like our fear of missing out. And when most of us hear about online deception, our minds jump straight to fake news. But the reality? It's way more personal than that. It hits a lot closer to home. We're talking about those fake investment opportunities that promise you the world, fake relationships that prey on loneliness, and those fake urgent emergencies that are designed to tug at your heartstrings. So, the big question is, where is all this stuff actually happening? I mean, it can pop up anywhere online, but there is one place that has become the absolute #1 hunting ground for fraudsters. And yeah, it's probably the app you were just scrolling through a few minutes ago. And the numbers here are just staggering. A massive 70% of all reported online fraud now starts on social media. Just let that sink in. It has totally blown past old school methods like email scams. And this isn't some accident. It's because these platforms are built in a way that, well, makes us incredibly vulnerable. And this is the really wild part, the paradox of it all. Social media promises us connection, right? But scammers use it to isolate you. They promise you amazing opportunities, but what they're really doing is exploiting your hopes. They promise community, but then they use all the data from those communities to target you with pinpoint accuracy. So the very things that make these platforms great are the exact same things that scammers twist and use against us. Okay, so how exactly do they pull this off? It might feel totally random when it happens, but these scams, they follow a very clear, predictable playbook. And understanding that playbook is your first step to taking away their power. And it usually happens in 3 stages. It's a playbook they follow almost every single time. First up, you have the lure. That's the post that's too good to be true, or that scary message about a friend needing help. It's all about emotion. Next comes the hook. This is where they create a false sense of urgency, telling you an offer is limited time only or that an emergency is happening right now. It's designed to short-circuit your thinking. And finally, there's the trap. They'll try to move you to a private chat, get you away from prying eyes where they can really turn up the pressure. This gets to the heart of a huge misunderstanding about all of this. We tend to think that people who get scammed are just greedy. But the truth is, the most effective cons, they don't go after your greed. They go after your trust. They go after your basic human desire to help someone out. Scammers know that our best qualities, our kindness, our optimism, are also our biggest vulnerabilities. All right, so we've seen the problem, we've taken apart the playbook. Now let's talk about the most important thing. How do we actually protect ourselves? And this isn't about deleting all your apps and going offline forever. It's about developing a new set of skills, kind of like a digital compass for this modern world. And I want to be really clear about this. These platforms, they're part of our lives now. So the solution isn't to run away from them. It's empowerment. It's about becoming smarter users and learning to navigate this world with confidence, with our eyes wide open. And really, it all boils down to the super simple 3-step defense system. Step 1, pause. Just stop. Scammers need you to act on impulse. If you just take a breath, you take back control. Step 2, verify. If a friend messages you asking for money, don't just text back. Call them on the number you already have for them. If it's a company, go find their official website yourself. Never, ever use a link they send you. And step 3, protect. Be incredibly stingy with your personal information. Always ask yourself, wait, why do they need this? And while you're using those 3 steps, keep an eye out for these classic red flags. Any single one of these should make you stop and think. For example, a request for payment in gift cards? That is almost always a scam. A brand new profile messaging you out of the blue with some amazing deal? That's another huge warning sign. When you boil it all down, it really just comes to this. In this digital world, being a little skeptical, that's not being negative. That's your shield. It's the most powerful tool you have to protect your money, your data, and honestly, your peace of mind. So, I'm going to leave you with a question. Knowing all this stuff is great, but actually doing something is what really counts. So, whether it's finally turning on two-factor authentication or just making a promise to yourself to pause before you react, what's the one thing, the one small habit you're going to change starting right now?